Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. I am in Bir Billing, India. Now, today's video is very, very late because it was supposed to be made for the International Women's Day, which was, I think, 8th of March. Um, well, at least it had to be made within the month because we don't normally just do the International Women's Day, we do the whole month. But if anyone has watched any of my videos, which is usually nobody, but whoever does, you will notice that I do women's issues all the time. So I'm celebrating International Women just all the time. Okay, so the topic that I chose for my empowerment talk is the one relating to the Loverboy method. Now, the Loverboy method is this method that people are now saying is that when a man convinces a woman that he loves her, or he really does love her, and then because he loves her, she loves him, she will do whatever he asks her to do. Now, personally, I know that this does happen because I've seen it happen. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this happen. I mean, you've seen women who are having an affair with maybe a married man, and then he coerces them, does not force, he manipulates them into killing his wife. And the same goes with children. Like the woman would be so in love with a man, but then the man will hint at the fact that it would have been better if she didn't have children. And so she would kill off her children. Example of such a woman would be Susan Smith. Okay. Um, but that's like extreme. Murder is always extreme. But there's other ways also that men can manipulate women, especially when the woman is in love with a man. Because as much as feminists, well, this new third wave feminism, and feminists want to say that we are women, we are empowered, we are emancipated, uh, we are just like men. It has been proven that we are not like men. Women are more emotional. Women love to be in love. Men are more practical when it comes to love. And men are so practical that they don't even get emotional. If they can't get what they want, they'll force it, right? Uh, but I want to focus more on women because it's about Women's International Day, month, and just women empowerment. Now, recently, well, not that recently, but if anyone has heard of Andrew Tate, if you have not, you better go and research because of Andrew Tate, this has really become a big story, this Loverboy method, because he used to run a webcam service. This was 10 years, maybe when now it's 12 years already. Back in the day when he was young, he had a webcam business where he had women on webcam doing different kinds of sex acts, whether it's just stripping or talking, sex talk, or whatever, masturbating, whatever thing is. And men would pay to watch these women. And he became very successful by doing this work, but so did the women. And every single woman who worked for him consented to doing it. But now he has been charged with sex trafficking these women because now some of these women are saying, yes, they consented, but it was under coercion. They were coerced because he used the Loverboy method. He pretended that he loved them, and then convince them to make these videos, these sex videos. So now this Loverboy method is now considered an actual crime. Now people who use this method can uh, be brought to justice for doing that because now it's a crime. Uh, at the moment, these are all allegations against him because to date it has not gone to trial yet, so we don't know what the outcome of that is. And so the reason why I want to talk about this uh, coercion or this Loverboy method is because, put Andrew Tate aside, okay? Because for me, I don't want to deal with, I have many videos about him, and that's from the man's perspective. I just want to talk about women and what type of women will do this kind of thing. I want to see who will do this because I asked all my friends, and I mean, I've known them for years, and none of them would be that naive or vulnerable, even when we were young, to be manipulated in such a way. So I just wanted to see what kind of women would do this and why they would do this. Also, why would they consent to begin with and then later claim victimhood? Oh, because he said he loved me and that's why I did it. So my thing is, to the should the women take accountability for their own bodies, for what they do with it? Or should we always, especially if you're an adult, I'm not talking about minors, I'm talking about someone who is, depending on the age of consent in your country. But for this video, I'm going to say 18 plus. Any woman who is 18, I'm using the word woman, not girl. A woman who is 18 plus should have ownership over her own body. So my thing was to see whether women should take accountability for their actions or whether we should still be blaming, like in this case, a man who uses this Loverboy method. Because these are two adults in this relationship. Okay? And so what I did was I put out on a few social media platforms. I put on my own Facebook account a question that I asked. And all I needed was for women to say yes or no. Nobody responded. I put it on my ex account. Nobody responded. I put it on Reddit. 2 people responded, and both of them said that no, in these cases, women have no ownership over their bodies. Uh, they are victims. Um, they cannot be held accountable for consenting to this because they were coerced. Okay, and then I put this out to women's groups, and these groups actually women's groups who advocate for women. Nobody responded. I approached church groups. I managed to get 2 people to respond. Only 2. And I thought as Christians, there would be no problem for people to answer this question or even to be willing to publicly state what they think about this. Because the other problem I noticed with this is that most people are like, oh, I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't want to be in a video saying what I would think about this, which I find very strange. But anyway, I also approached, because I was in Nepal last month, I approached people from the rainbow. There's this rainbow gathering that happens every year in different countries, and this year it's in Nepal, and there were all these emancipated, spiritual, blah, blah, blah women who attended. I even posted there asking for women just to answer the question. Nobody was interested. It's strange. It's just strange. And then the other thing is also I approached teachers, dance teachers, school teachers, lecturers, um, religious teachers. Only one responded. Everybody else either ignored me or they came back and said to me, "Oh no, I cannot answer this in public because I might lose my job as a teacher." So when you see the question, you look at the question and then think, why would someone answer like that? Why would a woman be afraid or get into trouble for publicly stating her thoughts on this subject or on how she would personally respond to it? You be the judge of that. So before I play the question, let me just add some more. So like I said before, I don't know what is happening to women that now we don't seem to have emancipation anymore. The young women, well, my generation, we did. But it seems like now they don't have that because now it seems that women cannot be held accountable for their own body. So they don't have body autonomy, which means we're going back to the dark ages where we are giving the autonomy over to a man because now only the man is responsible for what happens to your body. Which then means it would be the same. The man will now decide whether you can have an abortion or not. The man will decide what you wear. The man will decide whether you get educated. The man will decide whether you get health care. So we are going back to that time because it will start like this. It starts where even if we consent to whether it's sex or whatever, if it's a man and a woman together, and the woman consents to what the man asks, we cannot be held accountable for it because we are naive, we are vulnerable, we are damsels in distress. We have no control over our emotions. So we are now saying that because of what I just mentioned, now we don't have no control, we have no more body autonomy. The onus is on the man to make sure we walk the right path. Setting us back, I don't know how many years, but this is where we are going, people. So I'm going to play the question. Well, I'm going to play the videos of those people who did respond to the question. And then what I want you to do is, because why I asked the question in that way, it's because everybody who did talk to me personally, who they don't want to be on video or whatever, their whole argument is that besides the fact that, like, the man has to be responsible, the woman is vulnerable, she's a victim, blah, 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 all that. The thing is also, they always talking about other people, like other women. So I took the question and pointed it at you. So I'm not doing this, you and then three at me. The question is phrased in such a way that it's you. How would you respond if you were in the situation? Because everyone will respond, oh, but that girl, she did it, or that woman did it because she was young, she was naive, she was manipulated. No, fine and well. But as far as I'm concerned, every woman must take accountability and responsibility for her own actions. And that is why I put the question to the specific woman that I was talking to. So you watch the video and you tell me what you would have said or you think to yourself. How would you respond? Because This is about you. It's about how you were raised, your self-worth, your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs or your morals, your values. It's about you, not other people. It's about you. And the same goes to those people who did not want to respond or did not want to who want to say this publicly. Because if you cannot publicly, if you don't have the confidence to publicly say what you would do, again, it goes to show what space you are in or what you believe. You too believe that as a woman you have no voice. You cannot speak about these things publicly because you will be criticized, you will be judged. But if you are confident that your answer is the correct answer, you will not be afraid to be judged or to be criticized. Actually, you would feel proud that you were brought up properly or that you have a sense of self-worth. You are on the right path, in your right life's path, whatever path you've chosen to follow. Because here I'm speaking to all kinds of people, I'm not only speaking to one kind. All kinds of people with different backgrounds, different religions, different ideologies. So this is about you, okay? So let's remember that, and let me share the videos. Question of the day. If you were so in love with a man and he asked you to do sex with him, would you do it? No. No. Not afraid to speak up. Question of the day. If you were so in love with a man and he asked you to do sex with him, would you do it?
Nope. Different story if someone voluntarily wanted to do it. Oh, that's each to its own. But personally, for me, no, not because a loved one asked me to do it.
If you were so in love with a man and he asked you to do sex with him, would you do it?
Of course not.
So there you have it. Very confident. Those women were very confident in how they would deal with such a matter. They're not afraid to speak up. They know their self-worth. So if such young women can have this mentality, what's wrong with all the other women? Like my generation, where are we failing our young women? Why are we not raising our daughters to be confident and to have self-worth and to have sound morals and values? What is happening? Because if you ask anyone of my generation, they would confidently say what they would do. Whether it's no or yes, that's a different story, but they would be confident to say it because we were raised differently. But today's women, like especially when I'm looking at these women who get manipulated like that, something is lacking in upbringing. And people that are to be blamed are parents, teachers, religious leaders, motivational speakers. These are all people that I approached. that said, no, I cannot do the video because I might get fired and I don't want people to know what I think. And I cannot be talking about this in public. And oh no, I don't want to be on YouTube. It's like now we are in 2024. This is how we communicate now. We communicate on social media platforms. Okay, so that's this video for today. If you have any comments, as usual, comment down below. Please like, please subscribe because I really need help with getting my subscription up, my subscribers up. Please share this video so that women can be aware of how they can handle themselves in situations. That's all from me today. Cheers.